of sovereign.
And we begin tonight at 6 over at the Indiana State House, where state lawmakers are now racing to the finish of the legislative session. Some key bills are hanging in the balance.
And that includes a controversial immigration bill. Emily Longnecker joins us live, where the debate now is still going on at this hour in the Senate. Hey, Emily.
Hi, folks. Yeah, the bill's author, Republican State Senator Liz Brown, actually is giving her closing arguments right at this moment on Senate Bill 76. You can see the protesters outside shouting as this is going on, kind of showing the contentious feelings, some of the contentious feelings about this bill. Now, Senate Bill 76 expands state and local involvement when it comes to immigration enforcement in Indiana. The Senate passed this bill earlier this session. Then it went to the House, and lawmakers there made some changes to it. They broadened it, and they put in like a full enforcement framework for this. So now the Senate is about to decide whether they agree with those changes, and that today has led to a debate about this bill itself. Take a listen. As it stands now, Senate Bill 76 strengthens state support for immigration enforcement among local law enforcement and jails. It also makes it illegal for an employer to knowingly or intentionally hire someone who isn't legally allowed to live and work in the U.S. If they do, employers could face penalties, including having their operation shut down during an investigation. Also under the bill, any government entity, which could include public colleges or universities, are prohibited from limiting or restricting immigration enforcement. K-12 schools aren't explicitly named, but school districts could be considered a government entity. And the bill prohibits any government entity from having no cooperation policies when it comes to ICE. Also under the bill, Indiana's Attorney General can sue government entities that don't cooperate with ICE and has the power to defend any entity that gets sued for cooperating with immigration enforcement. Here's some of the ongoing debate between senators on SB 76 this afternoon.
Every single individual in this chamber is either an immigrant or a descendant of an immigrant. Every single person, with no exception, unless you attribute your lineage to the natives of this land.
There's a way to come into our country legally. I'd rather them do that instead of costing our taxpayers more money to house them in a government facility and to feed them and to give them free health care. We get to pay for that. I don't want to pay for it anymore.
And again, the bill's author, Senator Liz Brown, giving her closing remarks right now. You can hear these protesters outside. A lot of the debate around this bill has been around party lines. Democrats argued today that citizenship is not visible, and suspicion that someone is not a citizen is not visible and will fall on suspicion based on someone's appearance, perhaps, and how they speak. Republican lawmakers have argued that this is about enforcing existing federal immigration law and helping local law enforcement cooperate with federal authorities. At some point here, any moment, the Senate is going to take a vote on this to decide if they agree with the changes that the House made to this bill. If they do agree, Senate Bill 76 will then head to the governor's desk. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Emily, thanks so much. We want you to know that legislative session does wrap up on Friday. And right now we're busy keeping a close eye on several bills as the deadline to pass them onto the governor's desk is nearing. We have a full recap of all the action this weekend in our political show, which is Crossroads Politics. It is streaming. It's free. It's on our WTHR Plus app starting Sundays at 10 a.m.
Tonight, the man who's accused of killing Beech Grove officer Brian Elliott is being transferred to the Indiana Department of Correction because of a safekeeping order. Kenneth Johnson was previously booked into the Marion County Jail. Johnson is formally charged tonight with the murder of Officer Elliott. Police say Johnson shot and killed Elliott and wounded another officer as they responded to a domestic dispute. Johnson has pleaded not guilty in the case. A trial is set for June. Well, tonight, Hoosiers are reacting to President Trump's State of the Union speech last night.
Several people tell our Jenna Webster that they're keeping a close eye on how he is handling the economy.
Going into the State of the Union, a recent poll this month found that just 39% of people approve of President Donald Trump's handling of the economy, while 59% disapprove. Here on Monument Circle, the majority of people say that they'd like to see affordability the focus for the next year.
Putting more money in Americans' pockets. So I think that's something that I would like to go, especially being a single mother of 2 kids.
While the president used his speech to boast a stronger economy, declaring prices are coming down, some Hoosiers don't feel that's being reflected in their bank accounts.
Inflation has been a problem since COVID. No one cares that it costs so much to feed a family of 4. It's like $400 a week. It's really hard.
The president also defended his tariffs despite a Supreme Court ruling invalidating them.
I think that these tariffs have had an impact on a lot of things. Not even the tariffs directly, but a lot of just uncertainty in the economy with all these constant changes.
Trump announced he wants tech companies to build their own power plants for their data centers, something he believes will bring down electric costs, an issue many Hoosiers are concerned about. In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
Well, our temperatures have started their descent now. We made it into the 50s today. Certainly felt nice. We had plenty of sunshine to help warm the temperatures up. Also some pretty breezy conditions. Now we're cooling down into the 40s, and farther to the north some 30s have started to show up. I think we're going to see more of that continue over the next several hours before even thicker clouds move in. So it's a little bit of a transition through the next several hours as we bring in more cloudiness. Winds will ease up just a little bit, but I still think we'll have these northwest winds through the next several hours, which will help to drive the temperatures back down into the 30s. And yes, you see the icons here changing over to a little bit of snow or perhaps some rain snow mix during the overnight. I know we're close to 50 today, and then we're going to cool down and bring in a possibility of some rain snow mix. But because the sunshine has helped to warm the temperatures up of the ground, the surface, I think this is going to be less impactful than it would be otherwise. Temperatures should be hovering at or perhaps a little bit above freezing during the overnight, even though I think our overnight low temperature will be into the upper 20s when that snow chance arrives. I think the temperatures maybe just a little bit milder. Tomorrow, plenty more sunshine returns and we go back into the 40s. I've got 60s in the 7-day forecast, but also more chances for rain and snow coming up.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. The NFL Combine is back and here to stay in Indianapolis through at least 2028.
And while the nation's top football prospects vie for a spot on a roster in the NFL, fans also get a chance to prove their skills, and they get to do so outside the stadium. Brandon Schaff gives us a look inside of the fan experience.
Inside Lucas Oil Stadium for the NFL Combine, players getting ready to showcase their abilities on the field, and fans will have all sorts of experiences to take part in.
While those players prepare to prove themselves to NFL teams this week, fans can test their own talents with several activities outside of the stadium. There's a 40-yard dash and new outdoor field goal kick challenge. They'll also find helmets for all 32 teams for the perfect photo op. Speaking of photos, fans can strike a pose with the Heisman Trophy or the Vince Lombardi Trophy inside. Fans are encouraged to download the NFL One Pass app to get schedules and register. Adults can register up to 5 kids for free.
You can park for free, you can come in for free. There's not many other comps in the marketplace wherever you are that you can have a free day, especially for families. So we want to make sure that we're driving as many in this venue as possible.
One of the activities that you can take part in is the 40-yard dash. Let's see how I do. Already out of breath. Oh my gosh. Oh, and if you want to take part in all of these fun activities, you can do so yourself starting at 1 p.m. on Thursday. Reporting here at Lucas Oil Stadium, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
I think Brandon's going to be the first-round draft pick there. Well, the national champion Indiana Hoosiers are well represented at this year's NFL Combine.
Still ahead, Dom catches up with one of the leaders of the defense, hoping to hear his name called come draft night.
And temperatures tonight near 30 degrees. There is a chance for some rain and snow. I'll show you who has the best chance to see some accumulation overnight. And then we're looking ahead to sunshine returning.
But first tonight, tracking energy affordability.
The investigation announced just today that hopes to help Hoosiers save money.